Hey, what's up, guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to talk about what are the highest paying niches in Merch by Amazon and how you can make money from them. So, let's get started. Now, before we get started, I just want to ask you to help me out by liking and subscribing if you're not already subscribed, and liking if you haven't already liked the video. You hear every YouTuber say it, so I'm going to say it as well. It does a lot to help out the channel, and it does a lot to help incentivize me to actually bring this content. And I just like to know if you actually like these videos or not. So if you like the video, give it a like, and we'll get started. So highest paying niches. I feel like that's what it is all about with Merch by Amazon. You know, you can make t-shirts for people who love purple hippopotamuses in September, but honestly, you're only going to sell to people who like purple hippopotamuses, and you're only going to sell to people who want to buy this in September. So while those shirts, you can have 10 million shirts of those, but you might only get one or two sales a year. So what can you do to design shirts for niches that are interesting enough to actually get people to want to spend money and happen often enough that you can make money continuously year round? Because, you know, you hear me talk about it all the time. I'm only in a few niches, but I'm making close to $1,000 in revenue each month. And, you know, it's only going up with the more shirts that I add to these niches. So how does that happen? Well, I'm in high paying niches that people are interested in. So how do we determine what can be a high paying niche for Merch by Amazon? First of all, it comes down to basic sales for people and what your, logic is behind spending money. What are you price insensitive to? And that's different for every person, but for most people, what they're price insensitive to is stuff that benefits others, stuff that will benefit their family and people they care about, and stuff that is a life event, like a very significant life event. These things most people are price insensitive to. Like if October is coming up, so we've got the breast cancer awareness marches that are going to happen. I don't know, they might happen. COVID, 2020, Jesus might come back. Aliens at this point, we already found the spacecraft. But anyway, I digress. So, breast cancer awareness affects a lot of people. A lot of people are going to want to show their support for their mom, their aunt, someone who's been affected by this disease. It's a very emotional thing for a lot of families. So they're likely going to be price insensitive towards this event. And yes, breast cancer only happens, these kinds of marches usually only happen once a year, but millions of people are diagnosed, unfortunately, with breast cancer around the world every year. So there's a lot of volume here as well. So things like breast cancer awareness is coming up. People are going to be price insensitive whenever that time comes, and they wait until the last second to get these shirts. So you can jack up the prices around October, but usually around the year I have them at $16.99. So I make close to $3 a sale. Life events, people who have a kid, people who go through things like graduations. These things most people want to celebrate. They want to, show the world that they're excited about what just happened. It's an amazing life event. And so they're likely to be price insensitive here. So things like graduations that we talked about, babies being born, maybe somebody bought a new home and they just want to wear a shirt. Some people do that. I've seen it on Etsy. But anyway, things like that, most people are going to be price insensitive to. And then people they care about. Autism is one of those things that affects a lot of families, and it's a niche that I'm in, and it's one of my most lucrative niches. I sell at least, probably 40 or 50 autism shirts of just one design each month. And I've got maybe 10 or 15 designs that sell, that sell regularly. And so just add that up. It turns out to be a very profitable niche to be in. So, first thing that makes a profitable niche: life events, stuff people care about, and stuff that's going to help others, like, showing awareness and raising awareness for certain diseases. Now, it's not just enough to have this emotional drive to spend the money and the price insensitivity. we have to make sure that these can sell year round, because if it's just, only in 2020, like 2020 is the year of this, you can design shirts for that, but your shirts are only going to sell to the price insensitive people for this year. So what can you design and what niches can you go in where people are not only price insensitive, but they're usually price insensitive there's someone who's going to be price insensitive year round. And those are those same niches. Things like autism awareness. Unfortunately, people are diagnosed with autism year round, and there are going to be marches or drives to raise awareness for people or families struggling with autism year round. Breast cancer, like we talked about before, unfortunately, people are diagnosed with breast cancer year round. These are situations where people are price insensitive because of the emotional nature of what's happened, but it's also something that happens year round. Life events, babies are being born year round. That's a great thing. There are things you can be positive about that happen year round that people are price insensitive about, but keep in mind that most of the time it's the negatives. People will spend more money to avoid pain than they will to create happiness. Like if someone offers to give you $100, you're probably not going to be as emotionally invested or have an emotional reaction as someone walking up to you and taking $100 from you. You're going to have a more emotional reaction if someone yanks $100 away from you than if they just hand you $100. So I hope that kind of makes sense, that the things that people are price insensitive about are the things that affect people usually in a negative way. And again, well, not again, this is the first time we're going to talk about this, but please do this from the standpoint of what can you design that would bring someone comfort. Please don't try to take advantage of someone's situation. I don't know how that would be transferred out there, but just please keep in mind that if you're going to design for these emotional situations, that you want to do it with the interest of the family in mind, and you don't want to do it as just a profit motive for these things. So, stuff that's happening year round, getting back on track. Stuff that's happening year round. Births happen year round. Weddings happen year round. Graduations, that's a little bit up in the air, but those things do happen pretty often. And I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that you're thinking about that I'm not thinking about, that you can think of that are positive life events in people's lives that they want to celebrate, that they might be price insensitive to. Maybe someone buys a new house, like we talked about earlier, and they want to celebrate that. Or maybe someone gets a new dog and they say, I want to let the world know that I just got a brand new Australian Shepherd puppy or teacup Chihuahua puppy. I don't know. Stuff that people are happy about that they want to let the world know about. These things happen all the time. So when you're looking for niches, keep in mind you want to be in high paying niches and high demand niches if you're going to be truly successful on Amazon. You can design the purple elephant, whatever t-shirts that people buy once every 3 months, and you can have millions of those out there, and you might make $200 a month. Or you can be in these high-paying niches and rank shirts in these high-paying niches and just make the sales from that. And sales will come easier and faster if you do it in a place where people are emotionally invested. So those places where people have an emotional connection to whatever you're designing about, they're going to be likely to spend money there. And I made a video already of how to rank videos in competitive niches that I'll link down below. Because I'm sure you're thinking this already, that hey, breast cancer awareness sounds like a great niche, but there's like 500 million designs in that niche. So watch that video and then you'll see how to do the best design creatively and rank your shirts in that niche. I've done it over and over and over again and continue to do it. And sometimes I beat my shirts that I already have on the front page. So it's possible, you can do it. I just need you to think and to put these steps into action, all right? I believe in you guys, I know you're gonna do it, and I can't wait to hear some success stories of people who broke into competitive niches. Heck, you might even beat my shirts, and I'm excited for that. I want the best for you guys. So anyway, that's all I have for what are the highest paying niches in merch by Amazon. Hope you guys go out there and just take it over, and can't wait to hear the success stories again. And remember, someone's gonna do something great every day. Why not you? See ya.